Hi, and welcome to Locker Room Talk with Jamie. Today is Friday, December 18th, 2020. This is episode 16 of our show. Can you imagine that? This week we'll start by talking about what we talked about last week, as in the Army Navy game. Army beat Navy 15 to nothing. It was the first time since 1943 the game was held at Army's home stadium in West Point, New York. It was foggy in West Point on Saturday, and it felt appropriate for the mood of the country during this COVID era. Congratulations to Army, and thank you to both teams and everybody and anybody who is making the sacrifice for our country on a regular basis. We salute you. Our best of the weekend is Sarah Fuller of Vanderbilt University, becoming the first woman to score a point in a Power 5 college football game. She debuted last week only as a punter, and Vanderbilt did not score a touchdown. We love to see people breaking barriers. Be sure to tell us in the comment on our blog about your favorite person who is breaking barriers. Speaking of Power 5 football, this weekend is the conference championship games. The Power 5 is a reference to the five biggest college conferences in college football. The games are not in order. They are the ACC, the athletic, uh, the number 3 Clemson versus number 2 Notre Dame. Big 12 is the number 10 Oklahoma Sooners versus the number 6 Iowa State Hawkeyes. The Big 10 is number 4 Ohio State versus number 14 Northwestern Wildcats. The Big 12 is number 13 USC versus the Oregon Ducks. And finally, the SEC with number 1 Alabama versus number 7 Florida. Some good games there. After the weekend, we will know the 4 teams that are vying for the national championship. This rolls nicely right into our rant of the week. If you have 5 big conferences, why do you have only 4 teams that make the playoffs? It does not seem fair to me. A 6-team playoff with the 5 Power 5 conferences, championships, and 1 wild card is a good compromise to me. Money is a big factor for us only having 4 teams, but they're better than nothing. Like we had before 2014, all we had was a mythical national champion before the playoffs came in. My worst of the week is the West Indies cricket team lost both of their tests in New Zealand by an inning and some runs. I know New Zealand is tough, particularly at home, but come on. South Africa is slightly worse. West Indies does not play South Africa this round of the Test Championship. Next up for South Africa is our game in Pakistan. The next series for West Indies is a 3-match series in Bangladesh in January. The finals of the first World Test Championship are scheduled for June 2021 in England. And right now, Australia and India are the top 2 teams that would make it into that final, and they're playing probably right now as you listen to this. For our main topic this week, we have a review of the United States Women's Open. Lim Kim is the latest Korean to win a ladies' majors championship. She came from 5 strokes down at the start of the final round, which ended with a Monday finish. I could not believe they were playing in December. It was very cold in Houston, with players wearing many layers of clothing. Aha, the show must go on. Kudos to everybody involved and the United States Golf Association for getting it done. No team of the week, but we sure do have a sign of the apocalypse. The NFL has announced they are broadcasting a wild card game on Nickelodeon on June 10th. January 10th, I'm sorry. I don't have Nickelodeon. I didn't know Nickelodeon was still broadcasting. And secondly, can you imagine the ads with Patrick Mahomes as SpongeBob SquarePants? That's weird. Some awesome news. The Winter X Games are returning on January 29th through the 30th in Colorado. The Aspen event will also mark the first world-class North American snowboarding and free skiing event of the season. That's all for this week. And we are certainly enjoying some snow here ourselves. Stay classy, sports fans.